We have the infamous Michael Dowd back in, the funniest guy. I think you're the funniest guy I've ever met. You really are.
Yeah, well, thanks.
So last time...
That's a compliment, right?
Yeah, that's a compliment. That's not a ball breaker. No.
I can be. Oh, believe me. Ask him.
Yeah, we have his brother Tim in the back watching, Dad on the keys. So the last one we went through all the 7-5, everything that happened with that.
Right.
When you were working there, the funniest thing was when you were saying, and I tell people the story that come in, when, because you were there for the crack epidemic when it first came. Right. And your partner were throwing these rocks away.
Yeah.
And then one day he comes back in and he goes, Mike, I got 500 hours for this shit. Yeah. And you go, then why the fuck are we throwing it away the whole time? I mean, to me, that's the funniest shit, right?
Yeah, I'm sad.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Yeah. and then you're like,
fucking through thousands of dollars of shit worth. I mean, for God, someone wanted it.
And then you're like, so what? Got a cup of Coke from a drug dealer, blew some off some pussy. What do you want me to do?
It happens. Isn't that that was the 80s?
Yeah,
that was the life in the 80s.
And they weren't real tough on it then, were they?
Oh, on cocaine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was tough. It was a tough hit. I mean, the feds weren't really deep involved yet because they were basically shipping it. So, yeah, so they were.
When you say basically shipping it, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, it was, wasn't the Oliver North story when the Contras were trading drugs and guns and we were shipping the cocaine in to pay for the whole hookup there? Yeah, it's that type of thing. I don't like to get deep into because I don't follow them. I just hear about them and I know.
Yeah.
So I don't get into the letters and the X's and the dots and the Y's and the O's, but yeah. Well, we were shipping it in. I mean, I told you the story the last time I was in prison with Bill Clinton's cousin, Bobby Joe Blythe.
Yeah, just refresh me.
He was the pilot that was flying his shit into Arkansas, Clinton's airport. He built it for the cocaine distribution.
And do you think Clinton knew that? Like 100%?
I don't want to get whacked like all Hillary's fucking friends, but yeah.
So the answer would be yeah.
Well, Bill was known for his dipping and bipping and bumping and.
Do you think he was a part of that when they were taking them flights?
Over Epstein Island?
Yeah. Do you believe all that shit? Like, I mean, the shit that they said that they were doing, like jacking them to get the adrenaline out of them and everything. Do you really think they did that?
I don't know. I don't know all that. All right. I don't get into the woods with these stories because my life is so fucking busy as it is.
You're in enough shit.
I don't get too deep into their problem. All I do is go, oh no, they're fucked.
Yeah.
But they don't get fucked.
Never.
Not in the right. You have the right color something, and you don't, and I don't mean white and black.
No.
You don't get it. You just, so I'm on the phone, okay? About 2 years ago with a guy, a year and a half, 2 years. And his last name, I don't give a Mowgli, I think is his, and he's connected with people, sort of. He just got, I think, one of the wise guys in New York, one of the last ones, one of the real last ones up there, young kid, got brought in for.
What did he do?
Wait. So the story is they're calling me from their island. Like they're on some island and they're standing on their porch and they have the binoculars on and the feds are on Epstein Island. They're giving me blow by blow description from their island that they're on, right? About 3 months later, I call the guy up. He goes, "Yeah, things didn't work out too good for us either." I go, "What?" He goes, "One's in and one's out." They picked up. Maybe they were listening. Who the fuck knows? I better watch it. I better watch myself. No, but they picked up the guys for what a scam. I mean, I gotta lay the scam out.
Yeah.
So not Epstein's people. These are the other wise guys, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Everybody's a wise guy. So thinks they are. So he they had the. If you won the lottery in New York, you picked somebody to help you manage your money. These guys were taking their money.
Taking them right to the
cleaners.
Taking
their fucking money. Like to the tune of $200-300 million.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That was interesting, huh?
They were going to buy my life rights. They were offering to buy my life rights to take me away from, at the time I was with Sony.
Yeah.
And my deal with Sony was about to expire. So we were sitting down. We were at a nice steakhouse, Bryant & Cooper, up in New York. Nice place. And was it not Bryant & Cooper? I think it was. Anyway, and one of them. And so we're sitting there discussing they want to give me a couple $100,000 to own my life rights, which is nice money to own life rights, because usually they give you some, like I've been getting paper money here and there, just to, like chump change to keep you from one year to the next, but they were talking about a couple $100,000 in my hand, and then they wanted to go back to Sony and negotiate with Sony, but they probably had inside tracks on these things. So I don't know. All I know is I might have had a little problem had I taken their funds. It would have been funds from the fucking
God knows what
from the lottery spoils. So yeah, fortunately, I declined.
The one smart thing maybe you did.
I don't know.
Not that I'm any smarter, believe me. I think all of us in this room. I don't know Tim, but we all fuck up.
So let me just say, didn't think I was being smart by declining it. I don't think I could get out of my contract. Otherwise, I would have taken the money and wherever that led, So
I would have too.
I would have.
I would have said fuck it. I would have rolled the dice.
I'm not gonna say no to couple $100,000.
Yeah, you give me $500,000. Fuck it.
Come on, man.
Fuck it. At least you
guilty.
At least you get whacked with $500,000.
Your
right?
Honor, I did it.
But depending on who it was from,
but
right, you wouldn't have gotten any hit.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I didn't know. I mean,
your life rights. So I don't know if I give that away.
Well, I'm trying to get him back right now, so that's another subject matter that we're working on. But
are you allowed to talk about that or no? You probably should.
It doesn't matter. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Well, they're going to do the story about Kenny instead of me now.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to me about immigration. I want your opinion on immigration now, them letting everybody in, which is obviously a spike in you know what.
Yeah, and spiking everything.
Yeah.
I mean, spiking, you name it, homelessness, disease. I mean, I think polio might be coming back with these people. I don't know about polio.
But diseases.
But diseases, yeah. There's a couple of measles things. I think the people from Afghanistan are bringing measles, was what I heard. Which is unfortunate, but hey, they're affecting us. Like they're releasing bombs on us again in a different way, right? They're overwhelming our system with the welfare recipients right now. I mean, they're coming in, they're getting the things that you or your family might need in a pinch in America. And now what do they got? 400,000 people came in last month.
That's in a month.
That's a month.
And also that's what they're telling you. So if they're telling you 4,000, you could probably double right?
It. Yeah.
Bringing in all that fucking disease.
Yeah,
and
I mean, well, listen. Why do we have a border? Just admit we don't have a border then. Just admit it.
Yeah.
Because we're wasting a lot of resources chasing people down. Let them just crawl through and find their way rather than let's out. But think about it. Why should we house them and and feed them and clothe them and medically make them fit? If they're fit enough to walk 14,000 miles and swim across 2 oceans to get here, they got to be in pretty good shape.
With little to no water, right?
Yeah, with nothing. I don't know how they do this.
I don't know.
I can't get out of the block in Cocoa Beach without a glass of water in me.
I'm sure it's a glass of water, too.
Yeah, only water.
Yeah,
yes.
Only water, right?
That's right.
Now, what's the benefit of him doing that? Other than, I guess being there, like, I stopped watching the news because it drives me nuts.
It's crazy.
But, like, I can understand the benefit of some of this shit because that's what he pushed on and this and that.
Yeah.
So, like, pulling the troops out, that was crazy. I had a guy in, Alex, and he's ex-military, big time.
Mm-hmm. I think you mentioned something to me.
Yeah. And in one scenario, they were there, or I guess it was his guys that were there. Okay, like his friends.
His people, yeah.
Because, it's like a brotherhood, that Semper Fi thing.
Right, so the phone call rang, and I'm in Afghanistan right now.
Yeah, like
taking people out.
Yeah, because he teaches, like, a really cool self-defense thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's real cool and funny and relaxed, but you could see in his eyes, like,
the intensity.
He's got them dead eyes.
Right.
And, his friends were calling from Afghanistan, and he's like, dude, believe this motherfucker? They're asking us to pull out in 30 days. And Alex, who was there, when he was on his thing,
right.
Alex is like, that's a fucking, at minimum, a 90-month job. You don't just pull people out in 30 days. Then they get a call back, and they say, you got 2 weeks to get however many people out. Then they call back again, and they say you got, I don't know if it was 48 or 72 hours. It was something insane.
Right.
2 or 3 days. It was no more than 3 days. And Alex was like, I mean, that's just insane. Like, you just don't, that's not how you do it, right?
Yeah,
now because they're because they're Marines and you got Green Berets, they got it done in 3 days.
Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah.
But the amount of probable mistakes that were made to get out that quick. You're talking about, we've been there for what, fucking 10 years?
20.
How the fuck are you going to get out in 3 days?
Yeah, 20 years.
I mean, can you even make it to the fucking...
I never realized how many civilians we have employed there. And by the way, the highest paid military in the world, I believe it was, the Afghanistan Army.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, they made more than our men.
Well, I know they took all our shit.
Yeah, well, that's the difference.
There's a whole fucking article of all the shit that they took. Did you see that, Dan?
$90-something billion worth of equipment that they're talking about. They're talking about.
That's what you see.
That's what they're talking about. Right?
Double that one.
Yeah, you gotta. You absolutely have to.
So, like for me, when I look at that him pulling them out, yeah, he's a moron to do it the way he did it, but he's not calling the shots. We all know that. Okay, but so I understand that.
So who do we really think is?
See,
I think it's Obama.
That's all.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Clinton, maybe.
I just don't want to get limited. I said.
Can I say it?
No, I think that's okay. But you know what I got limited with? Now Roger Stone was going heavy, like just beating up that vaccine to death.
Yeah.
Right, and you know Roger, is, right?
Yeah.
And he was fine, but Anthony Cauci was in, and he was praising the I one, the horse medication, right. and just because of that, it got limited. It got limited because of that. I can't pronounce
the word properly, so don't you worry.
Now yesterday, Stuttering John was in, and he is...
Did you wash this fucking mic? Because...
Yeah. I changed him.
Okay.
And he...
I love Stuttering John, but...
No, I love him. Yeah. Nah, he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He and I met. Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
At Artie Lang's show, I think.
Artie Lang. Yeah.
Nice guy, gentleman. He needs to do something about his circulation or something. His legs were not too good or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you?
I didn't go there.
Yeah. Was he big still?
He lost weight. He lost some weight.
Okay. Well, maybe he did the right thing then.
Yeah. I mean, he's not like you, but I mean,
I put on 25 pounds.
Did
he? Yeah. Actually, oh my God.
You look wider but thinner.
I hit the gym today for the first time on the way here. In fact, for you.
Oh, did it for me?
My right arm is still not well because of my neck. But my power arm, it's gone.
He hates Trump to death, and he is in love with the V.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the V.
And he was
vagina. He loves vagina. The only V we're allowed to use.
And he was trying to tell me that the other one was killing people. So after I say, "Oh, is that right?" Well, it came out in 56. Or 55. Let's see how many.
Yeah.
0. Then we go to the other one, the V.
Right.
3,200
Yeah.
deaths or strokes. That's what they tell you, and that's on a fucking offsite with DuckDuckGo.
Yeah,
Forget about it.
I know, but they're hiding it too. But okay.
So we're flopping around. So I understand why he pulled out the fucking the troop, because that was what he ran.
All right, look, even Trump.
But what's up with
even Trump wanted them out, and
but the right way.
But yes, he had steps required. You have to meet conditions. You want to get a bonus, you got to meet conditions. But one of the things that troubles me about the whole thing is we're in Japan still.
Doing what?
We have a military in Japan, in Germany, and half the other 15, 20 other countries in the world, maybe more.
Why?
Because that's what we do. We set up bases in these countries and we protect them. I don't know why. But the point is, if we can stay in Japan for 75 years now, I think it is, it's close to it. What's the rush? I mean, really. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I mean, what's the rush?
You tell me.
I don't know. What's the fucking rush? I mean, so we can go back in again? Is there a lot of money being made? People coming and people going? Military machines being shipped? I mean, think about it. The whole military complex, we've been to prison, so the military complex people talk about all the time, the prison industry, the military complex. But I begin to wonder, because like Liz Cheney, whose father runs basically every goddamn military organization supply in the world, was the BlackRock or something, one of these big companies that he runs. BlackRock's financial. It might be Blackwater. I don't want to have you lose a sponsor.
Dan, why do you think they're pulling out of, why do you think they're in such a rush to pull out of Afghanistan, in your opinion? You're going to want to unmute your mic.
I did. I believe because there is never a solidified plan put in place to leave them organized. You guys were talking about all the shit they took from us, even their costumes, their military gear. Right. They picked camouflage, which doesn't blend in with any of the sand. It's just there's no exit strategy there. We're either there forever. Problem is you're right. We pulled out the wrong way. We didn't
Right. So, like, but why do you? Because him and I we're dumbfounded. Yeah. So, what's your opinion as to why they're doing it? What benefit?
Because so the left versus right, when you've got the left putting an agenda to, they know people are going to back them and vote for them. Same reason
it's all about this vote. It's all about the vote.
It is. It's the same reason. It's the same reason they're pushing everything else on the left side.
Right. And that's the same reason that they're letting people in this country, by the way. Because now they're creating future voters that will either be. They're gonna if they win, they're not gonna. They're gonna try to make them illegal. They're here, fuck it. When that's on them back, another 3 million, 14, actually probably about 8 to 10 million maybe by the time this next election rolls around. And they're not going to probably be able to make them legal yet, but the next time they will. So now they got 8 to 10 million legal voters, plus the carry-ons, what they call hook'ems, the people that come later on after they get approved. What do they call those people? Like
leeches?
Leeches. There you go. I'm looking for one of those words. Yeah. Like a sucker.
Yeah, I guess like stuck to you.
Right? Yeah. They just, like you bring 14 more cousins, and now you've got 10 times. So 8 goes to 80, right? I mean, that's what happens.
And I can tell you how fucked up it is. So I went to 3 different places to get a tire. And all 3 places said, look, I only got 2 techs. Nobody wants to work. 3 different places.
I know.
Like Mercedes, Goodyear, who is just as good as Mercedes, but half the price.
Right.
And then I took it
Do we recommend Goodyear on this?
Yeah, I do. No. They got the thing to reset it.
Yeah.
So instead of 800 hours at Mercedes for bullshit,
right,
it's $250 at Goodyear. They got the fucking machine, but he only had 2 techs. Mercedes only had 3.
Oh my gosh!
And the other
these are high-paying jobs now too. Some of them.
Yeah,
they're not millionaires.
These are mechanics.
They're making $100,000 a year.
If you're working at a Mercedes and you're a mechanic, you're making more than $100,000 a year.
Yeah, just being nice.
But,
I'm not trying to pump them out there.
But they weren't there. He's like, nobody wants to work because they all keep getting that fucking SBA loan, the next loan, this loan.
Yeah.
So now,
Did you get yours?
No, I got denied. I got pre-approved.
Did you?
Yeah, 180. I was waiting, and then boom, they said denied, that something was fucked up on the application, and I was like, because it was such a rigmarole to call them and everything. But everybody else from the mother got it. You got it, didn't you?
No, I didn't get it. No.
So me and you were the only one.
I don't get it. I didn't have a business. My business is an LLC in Joe Biden's country.
Where he hangs out at all the time?
Yeah.
And
not Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, he wishes. He's got a hell of a house, though. He's got a hell of a house for a congressman.
Yeah, right.
You see that motherfucker?
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, no, he's got 4 or 5 houses, I think. Him and his
the one he just got, $16 million.
Yeah, not bad.
As a congressman? Oh no, you
Senator Biden.
Whatever the fuck. And I'm not left to right. I'm for whoever's good for real.
I am too.
I am too. It's just, I mean, come on.
Well, you have to be. If you're right now, you're right. Okay, because if you're left, you're wrong. I mean, just the way it is. But we're wrong because we're right.
Right.
How the fuck does that make sense?
That's a pretty good quote there.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, you should make a T-shirt that says that.
We're left. We're right because we're right. We're wrong because we're left. I forget now. I got it all back. I can't repeat myself. Don't ever ask me to repeat something.
What was the guy? Tommy Two-Time.
Yes.
I'm Tommy Two-Time sometimes.
Tommy Two-Time. Yeah, you sure? You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, you sure? So, and then what do you think about Sleepy's guy who his basically his puppet, Jen
Psaki?
Yeah, who just ducks and dodges everything.
Psaki? She is good though at it. She is good.
Dude.
She you know what? I love when she answers them lying the whole time, and the next she calls on the next I'm done with you. like usually the Ducey guy from Fox. He always asks pointed questions. She looks right at him like you have some fucking nerve asking me that question. It's the only question that I actually have to answer, and then she figures out a way around it. And next she turns her head. It's like she doesn't see him anymore. It's like amazing how she.
I would hire her. I would hire her.
Well, she's good at what she does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like her because she's covering this.
But she's good at
this buffoon.
Yeah. So she's good at her job.
She's good at what she does. Yes. Yeah.
Unfortunately, her job is not.
And it's
And can you imagine?
No.
Oh fuck.
Could you imagine having to cover? I mean, you got to take his diaper off first to start with, right? You got to start the day cleaning him. You know.
No, first you got to blast him with a bunch of Adderall.
To get him a
shot at this out, and you could tell when it's starting to wear out too. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. He's like me. At 3 o'clock, if I don't get my nap, we got a problem.
Now, So do you think that they'll, and again, for anybody watching this, again, we're not far right or far left. It's just whoever is good. And it's fucked up when people aren't working, gas is through the roof. That's just the beginning. Everybody's getting sick.
Right.
I mean, it's just fucking crazy.
The economy is, I'm a little nervous about it. Not today, but in the short-term future.
I see it in my other business. I see it.
Okay. Okay.
And I never see it.
Now, do you see a lack of sales?
Yeah. So like I do marketing.
Oh yeah.
So like I'll build a web page and get it to rank on page 1 or 2. I do 12-month contracts and shit, right?
Right.
And I've noticed probably the last 2 months, they're ordering less. So one, I don't want to throw them out there. One company that I do, say he gets, I'll throw him out there. I'll give him a plug. Fuck him.
All right.
He'll get like 10 watches in Burns Drawer in Miami, right?
Okay.
He'll get like 10, 20, 30 watches in, right?
Right.
Before it used to be 100 a month. And then I would have to add the image, the description, and optimize it, right?
Okay.
The last 2 months, it's been like 10, 20 watches.
You think it's a seasonal thing or no? Because Christmas is coming now, too. So.
Well, I had a year contract with them.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the 11th month, so I don't really have a trend to see if it's different.
Okay. Right.
But it's funny that 2 months ago, he was ordering 80 to 100 new watches a month.
Wow.
Because they fly around and go to police auctions.
Right. Oh, did they?
Yeah. So they
pick up the Rolexes from
that's
the
what
cartel.
they do, yeah,
the cartel Rolexes.
Yeah.
Did they get yours?
Probably one that I have is fucking because my dumb ass made the deal.
Didn't you lose one or something to them when they took all your money?
I don't fuck with the cartel.
No, not them.
My friends? Oh, yeah. Oh, they took plenty of it.
They took all your shit.
All
didn't
the shit. Oh,
your friends. You call them your friends. They took your money. They took it. I guess they're your friends.
Well, I don't want them not to be my friends.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess Yeah, you're right.
Let me think about it.
Yeah, you're trying to be careful with them. I'm sorry.
But so,
I'm
yeah.
sick of, you know why? I'm sick of them too. Okay? And here's why. I don't dislike individuals, but if you're part of something that's like they're going after Americans, man. They're going after people that care. They're going after you for caring now.
When you say caring, what do you mean?
People are going to school boards and complaining that they don't want their children told that they're racist at birth, that there's critical race theory that they're being taught, and not just that, but that in particular has been becoming the focal. My kids are gone, from school and whatnot, so it's not a major concern for me, but I want to go to one of those board meetings and say, I don't want you teaching my neighbor's kids this. Because I don't want my neighbor's kids to grow up, needing 6 more therapy lessons, another 6 more years on a couch and, paying some psychologist. Go play some ball. Go have some fun, The world is...
But you go play ball and what? Everybody gets a fucking trophy? What's the fucking point?
Well, yeah.
But I guess it's extracurricular activity.
Yeah, well, you played sports. If you didn't play sports, you imagine the real trouble you would have been in?
Oh, correct.
I mean, for real.
Yeah.
For real,
But that was fun then, because you could hit.
Well, that's...
Now you can't, you can't hit. You play basketball, you can't hand check.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's just fucked up. And now the Washington, you like football. I know you're a big football guy.
I was.
Yeah,
the kneeling, turned me off.
Kneeling
turned me off.
And then how about the Redskins? What are they, Washington?
I don't even know. Are they not the Redskins anymore?
No, what are they?
It's been a while.
They're the Washington team or some shit.
Yeah, I know they changed it, but I don't know their name.
So
I never knew their name other than the Redskins.
Yeah. Well, now they're like...
They're not the Redskins anymore.
No.
Can I call them the Redskins and not be offensive?
I'm sure you'll be offensive to somebody.
I'm sorry.
But I'm sure you're offensive naturally anyway. So
I try not to be, but, I can be.
I think you're the funniest guy in the bucket. But I thought everybody.
I try just to be nice. I mean, being nice can be offensive sometimes.
So now tell me, what's your opinion on all these cops getting shot? Because they're just getting clipped left and right. And then they want to defund them.
Yeah, it's become a tragedy, man. It's like every day now. I mean, every fucking day.
I mean, what do you do about it?
You shoot first. I mean,
You were caught for what, 20 years?
10 years.
10 years?
10 years, yeah. I never shot anybody, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I almost killed a DEA, not DEA, knock. I almost killed a knock, and then I was squeezing the trigger on some kid because he had a gun, but he didn't have a gun. He was a paper bag.
Lucky you didn't.
He was holding a fucking paper bag. Yeah.
But when did you notice that, like as a cop, You know, so you see things differently. When did you notice these shootings just going fucking haywire?
Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to now, opposed to then. So now I'm just, you know, it started with the message. You know, it started when, like I think the stones, the bricks were laid when Obama went after the cops in Connecticut, I think, and then they all wanted to get together after that and have a beer. And so that's back in 2008 or 9, because he was very early in his terms, and yeah. So I think it started then. It laid the path towards what we have now, defunding, right? But it was sort of the process, and then Trump came in and fucked it all up. But it had begun. It had begun, and what had happened was that the culture. You begin, and then you see the results now. Cops commit suicide more than they're getting killed now. And in fact, I was out in suicide. I did a little. I was in New Jersey. I was invited by the Blue magazine. It's not well read, but it's not widely read. It's well read, but not widely read. And I was a subject, just as Bernie Kerik was a subject of the magazine, and they held an event for cops committing suicide. Because, I mean, they're getting shot, a lot of them. But I think, 220 killed themselves this year. Which, I mean, that may not be a lot in the world, but it's certainly a lot of, because how many cops there are. And, percentage-wise, it's probably the number one. I used to be dentist, right? Dentists were the number one killers of themselves, and then cops.
Really? Dentists killed themselves?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That was that.
Was that a joke?
No, that was true. Yeah, it was true.
Why were they killing?
Because they caused pain. And they just... Like, no one really liked the dentists. That's when I was coming up. That was the word.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but fuck do I care if it's true?
Yeah.
I mean, I was told.
Yeah.
Someone told me. I heard it again, so that it became true.
Okay, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, they do it today, don't they?
They do.
Fake news. This station says it. This station says it. This station says it. Now it becomes law.
And you go like this.
It becomes fucking
you go like this.
law.
Which one? Okay, so that's CNN, I guess today.
Yeah. It becomes law.
Yeah.
They write policy now like that. In fact, didn't they just they brought that woman in from Facebook? Did you hear about this?
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear about this.
No, tell me. So.
I don't know her. I couldn't repeat her name, but I saw her, and she's speaking before Congress. So yeah, some inquisition, and she's telling all about how Facebook controls these algorithms, and they know that it's hurtful towards young girls, which I don't doubt. But it's more behind it. They're going to use her to be the cleanup, and then they're going to go after Trump's people. Mm-hmm. That's what this is all.
Yeah.
She's been invited to go before the January 6th Commission is inviting her in to testify.
What?
What does she have to do with the January 6th Commission? She's supposed to be ratting out Facebook for their algorithms and how they're aware that young girls are getting body image consciousness and issues and problems, and that because of that, young girls are actually clicking on it more. And then doing destructive things to themselves, whether it's suicidal or debauchery. I don't know.
So wouldn't that be a situation with Facebook? What would that have to do with January 6th?
Right.
So the writings.
But she's that important.
I never even.
I've never her name. Right. And I'm not going to repeat. I'm not a name dropper.
Yeah,
some people are. I don't. If I'm not sleeping with you, I'm probably not going to remember your name. I'm just. I'm sorry. That's how I roll. I'm just.
Well, okay. I
don't have enough space.
Left.
It is pea brain.
So Jane Doe.
Yes.
We'll call her Jane Doe.
I don't want to offend her.
Yeah. Because she probably got paid and put up to it, to be honest with you.
It's looking that way.
So what's she going to testify?
They're uncovering this now.
What the fuck is she going to testify on the 6th?
I don't know. She wasn't there. Oh, maybe how Facebook tracks these January 6ers?
Oh, maybe. No, they're tracking to build AI is what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, well, they know that you maybe liked something. You hit a like, and so they're steering us. They steer us all the time. They're steering us. So between this as well. You're a marketing guy, right? So we're all getting steered. But I think that. They're going to purge the military of rednecks. They're going to purge the military of rednecks.
I know.
If without rednecks, we're done.
Well, you see Apple on that update, they put allow this app to track, do not allow this app to track,
right.
And Facebook went ham because they were like, look, you're killing our ads, you're killing everything.
Is that right?
So if you have an Apple device
Yeah.
and you open, like, say you swipe it out and close it,
Right.
and you reopen it and sign into Facebook,
Right.
it will pop up and say, allow this app to track you, ask this app not to track you. And when you put not to track you, it masks your IP address.
Right.
So now they can't.
Right.
And
right,
Facebook
right.
went fucking crazy.
So now what they do? They had to pay to get it back. It's got to be a way around it.
Well,
There's got to be a way around it.
Well, right now they don't have it, but they'll figure it out.
They're coming in someplace else.
Yeah,
I know they are because they're still listening to me.
But did you hit the right button or did you hit the wrong?
Remember.
What do you think? If I'm a betting man, he hit the wrong fucking button. What do you think? That's Mike's brother.
I was probably driving when I did it.
Yeah, I can believe that.
God damn it! I can't hit the. I only have my thumb then, so what am I gonna do?
Now you had said something about the Clintons got to the governor. Or something you had said. I couldn't understand your fucking lingo. Were you voice texting this shit?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. So the R's don't come out properly, and whatever else. God,
I was just trying to put it together.
Yeah, no. The funny thing is the Virginia election. They're really struggling down there. The Dems are struggling with this Virginia election, and it's all based around. I could say the county wrong, but I'll try. Loudoun County. Which is a fairly heavily democratically run area. The school board's going. The parents have made such an issue at the school board that now the Republican candidate for governor, and I don't know his name, he's an Irish guy or something, like a Murphy. No, not Murphy. He's in Jersey. Is he in Jersey or something? Anyway, the guy running for governor down there in Virginia, as a Republican candidate, opposed to the Democratic candidate. I think he did blackface, so he's okay, because he's a Democrat. They caught him in blackface, so that's fine. But the Republican guy is now using the school board juxtapositioning to his advantage, and they feel, I feel. How's that? That the Republicans are going to win that governorship back, and the guy that's backing. Clinton's back in the Democratic
the other
candidate,
yeah.
but they're close personal friends, and I think he had maybe an island. I'm going out on the limb here with this. Had an island issue with EpiPen at the EpiPen island.
You think he's dead?
Huh?
You think he's dead?
Yeah, I know he's dead.
I asked Caden. Caden, the guy who solved the Tupac Biggie case.
Okay,
Caden.
I know of him.
Dude, he's a stand-up guy, man. Yeah. He is one of the coolest guys I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna get arrested,
right.
He's the one you want to come.
All right.
Because he respects you.
Right.
He's just there.
He's doing his job.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
Right. He's one of those guys probably like you were, when you weren't stealing the coke.
Yeah. No, that was nothing personal.
Yeah. But like
that
when
was a deal.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I mean, like
I'm saying. A deal.
I'm saying take away the house calls that you made sure you got those just to see if there was some coke there.
That's different.
Right. But I mean, when you go to restaurant on an actual arrest.
Right.
You're just doing your 9 to 9, right?
I have nothing personal. Just don't be rude to me, and you and I'll be best friends at the end of this.
And I believe that's how he was, and that's how he was able to solve the 2 huge cases that nobody could solve.
I had heard about that recently, but I wasn't up on it. But I was aware that there was that this was going on. I just remember,
Yeah,
I got you calling me. I got Johnny calling me.
Yeah, it's a whole shit show. You got to watch it. But long story short. He's like...
I think I did watch it, though. I just didn't remember it.
Yeah. Well, it was 4 days ago, so you probably did.
I didn't watch it then.
Yeah.
No, but there have been other stuff.
Yeah, he's done other ones, right. But mine was better. And so basically,
I'm not talking about your show. I'm talking about the discovery of Tupac's killer or whatever it was.
Okay.
Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie and Tupac. He solved both of them.
Right.
What I'm saying is he's like a cool cop like that where
yes, I know.
He's not trying to kill you.
Right.
And he would be the guy who would be like, look, don't listen to these guys. You're not going to get 10.
Right.
Just... let it go in one ear and out the other ear. You did something wrong. Let's just try to make the best of it.
Right.
You work with me, I'll work with you.
Right.
And, a cop like that I respect, or a detective like a
He's not going to overcharge you.
No.
Yeah, this is what you did. We're not going to make it bigger than what it is.
Yeah, we're not going to do this whole upward departure bullshit.
You had some reefer in the car. Don't worry. We threw it out. And
I think he would be like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like out to get. I think he'd probably like say, come on, I'm not going to give you. Like, if your record's clean, look, I'm not going to fuck your life up.
How about if your record's not too clean? Can you still get a break?
Nowadays? Well, okay, we should say you or me. No,
right.
Zero
They're
chance.
walking out with they're shooting people and walking out. They shot up a school and walked out. $75,000 bail.
Well, I mean,
In Texas, right? That was yesterday.
well, if again, it goes back to this defunding thing. In my opinion, you start defunding this shit. Who gives a fuck? And they don't want to go to work.
The guy shot up a school in Texas, and he got out on $75,000 bail.
Right. That's
and the
amazing.
kid shot a guy up in Wisconsin or whatever, Milwaukee, for self-protection. The kid that got attacked, and he shot the guy, and he's $2 million bond.
So that's what $2 million is what $200,000 he
Yeah.
gets out. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's insane. You can put a house up and
Right.
get out
Right.
for killing
Maybe.
people.
Maybe.
What do you think the bail would be for you?
Well, no bill. And I don't mean zero. I mean not available.
Non-negotiable.
Unavailable.
Yeah. To be determined,
Yeah,
right?
I know. Well, they're never nice to me. I don't know why. Can they just get your knee off my fucking neck, please? Just
You got to move.
We're talking about. We'll talk about that after the show.
Yeah, we're hitting some balls.
We're hitting some balls.
And then, because it's been some time since you've been in, what do you think of McAfee?
The dead guy, McAfee?
Yeah.
The
crazy McAfee.
yeah,
or McAfee. I said McAfee.
Yeah, the computer guy.
John McAfee,
yeah.
antivirus.
Yeah, the virus guy.
Yeah, the crazy
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great. I'd love to hang out with him for like a week. I know he's dead right now, right? Isn't he dead?
Dead, not dead.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. And I'm not being like a conspiracy thing. I don't know. I saw some of the last videos. I mean, he was definitely fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love crazy people. I really do. I think they're a blessing.
well, usually
They're a
crazy
blessing.
people are really
They're
smart.
a blessing. Yeah.
But I think he was a little out there at the point. I mean, he had security everywhere, hookers everywhere.
Yeah, that's great. What's the problem with that?
Patrick.
It's the bad blow he got. They put the fentanyl in his shit.
Fuck. You think he's clipped, right?
Yeah.
You think he killed himself?
I
Or do you think somebody had him killed because of the information he had?
think he, I don't remember how the story went down. I know he's dead. I don't remember how the story went down. But he wouldn't kill him. Why would he kill himself? He's having fun.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, it was tough. I did this with Matt Cox.
You run till you're done. You know what I mean? You let them get you.
I forget what Matt's
Why would you
opinion.
sit there and put a fucking gun in your own? I mean, people do it. Don't get me wrong, and I understand there's an illness, but if you're having that much fun,
I just from watching the last couple of videos, yeah, I mean, he was off his rocker, right?
Yeah.
And Patrick Backday, were you on his show, Valuetainment?
No, I don't think so.
He moved down here.
No, I didn't. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, he's been around for a while,
Okay.
and he
I was on Vlad's.
and he flew to McAfee's place.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, like
Did he meet Mac or no?
Yeah, no, he met him. They saw, and he's like, I got there, and he was like, "Does any of your camera crew want some pussy? I got it upstairs for you." So it was all, and it was just a crazy situation.
Jesus Christ.
And I could be wrong and misquoting him, and I don't want to do that, but I think Patrick had said that he just didn't see, he couldn't see him killing himself. Unless he just got like so fucked up and whacked out and stressed.
Like in a duress state.
Yeah.
Not just he was having too good of a time and he wanted to end it.
No, like maybe he did too much and the stress.
Paranoia.
And he just said, fuck it. Like a glimpse and just pulled the trigger when he didn't mean to.
That's not an easy thing to do. Most people fail first. Most people fail.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. Most people fail first when they try to kill themselves.
I never asked you that. Did you see a lot of death as a police officer in those 10 years? Did you?
I did. Yeah.
Fuck, that's tough.
I don't even I don't even conjure up images of it anymore at all. At all. Sometimes I'll dream about the cop, the scene, and the image is blurry. I mean, I'm getting older now. I'm 60 years old, but yeah. I mean, my first murder I can recall. The guy murdered. He wasn't murdered. He was dead. It wasn't. He could have been murdered. I don't know. He fell off the roof of a building. He was on his way to work. He went instead of going downstairs. He went up to the roof, and it was my first DOA. Yeah, he cracked his skull open on the ground.
And when you showed up, you saw that?
My first day. Yeah, it was my first day. My first day. We got a DOA for you. Oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck a DOA is yet, right? I get to his head's lopsided on the ground, and his family shows up while I'm there. I'm a rookie cop.
And
What do you think they're doing? Oh, daddy, Poppy, Spanish guy, Poppy. They want to pick him up and hug him and dance with him and stuff. I'm like, oh, you can't touch the body. We're still investigating, you know.
Like you couldn't get a gunshot wound as your first call.
Yeah, that would have been great, you know.
I bet that has to stick with you.
Yeah, well, it did, you know, because all the other ones are just a blur, you know.
Yeah.
You know, my first arrest was I think it was at the mall, the Queen Center Mall. Some guy wanted to have a fight with me because I wanted to give him a parking ticket. And then he became a cop.
Isn't that crazy? Unbelievable.
They called me up. They said, well, he's taking the test. He's this, he's that, he's this. I said, listen, do what you want. I said, but he did want to fight me for giving him a ticket. Do what you feel is best. If he's over it, I'm over it. I mean, I don't know.
And that's how it should be, right?
Yeah, I had nothing personal against the guy at that point. You know, he got tuned up. So
yeah.
He got his tune up. It was good. It worked.
So it worked out.
Yeah,
so
he was fine.
Yeah. Now, what's this with Gaven Newsom? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so the reason I'm on him a little bit right now is because, one, he can go to wineries and they can't. I mean, California, but Orange County, my son's in Orange County. And
miserable?
Huh?
Is he miserable in Orange County?
No, they don't listen to them.
They don't listen to the rules?
It's not. Yeah, there's like 80% there's nothing like, they are not in California, in Orange County. Like, it doesn't, like, they don't care. They're just doing it. You know, they're just doing what they want to do.
But LA is still fucked up. Right?
Yeah, I haven't been in LA, so I can't speak, but I'm hearing it's just a disaster.
No, Greg said it was fucked up because Greg's in LA.
Yeah, it's a disaster, I'm hearing. But my son's right next door in Orange County. But the thing with Gaven Newsom that disturbs me is he was going to get his ass beat. He was losing. And with Larry Elders. And then something happened. I don't know what the fuck. They called him a white supremacist. They called the black guy a white supremacist. Can you get it?
How do you do that?
You just do it. And you just keep saying it. And that's what they did. And he went from even in the polls to the last week. He won by a landslide because they called him a racist.
Well, that's all you got to say nowadays to be buried.
He's a black guy.
Yeah, like what?
Born in the ghetto.
And they're calling him racist against his own people?
He's from Compton.
The worst place you probably could be other than Skid Row,
that's
right?
ghetto, you know. I mean, they're proud of that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they're proud of their ghetto heritage. And, you know, it gives you some street credibility, right?
Fuck yeah, Compton.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in there, boy.
Well, and if you live through it, you're somebody. You made it. You made it out. Right? There's Tupac and the whole crew. They're from there, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's racist. He's a racist against black people. He's black.
I don't know how that works out.
I don't know, bro. And then that's why I'm saying they just keep repeating something
until it gets in the head.
Then
right?
It becomes law.
How do you fix that, Mike?
You never surrender, and you be direct and you be honest. Show them facts, not feelings.
Never gonna happen.
Facts, not feelings. Emotions have nothing to do with facts.
Unfortunately, it will never happen, right?
Well, we got another election coming up there's one every fucking year for something, but
the big one.
Well, 2022 is big.
Yeah, because that could change
everything.
The House and the Senate, right?
Yeah, listen. Why don't people get off on this? I'm pro-Trump, but I'm not pro-Trump. You know, I'm pro-Trump's policies and ideas. And I don't dislike Donald Trump. I'm pissed off at him a little bit because he didn't give me the job when I went to his office. When I first came home, I was turned down.
You never told me about that.
I went to one of his buildings for a job. The head of his security was a lieutenant of mine. Go fucking figure. The union sends me over there, and the guy's ready to hire me on the spot. He gives me my second and third layer of interviews that day because I'm pretty handy, and I can speak a little bit.
Did you get to talk to him directly?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I've never met Donald Trump, but I have met his driver because I at Peter Luger's when he's doing his father's 75th birthday or something like that back in 1991 or 2. Met his driver at Peter Luger's, and then he says, "Yeah, I'll get Don to get you. I'll get Don to get you a room at the Plaza at the Trump Towers or something, whatever it's called back then in Atlantic City." I drive all the way to Atlantic City. And the motherfucker never made the call. I get there, and I'm broke. I'm a fucking cop. I'm not robbing everybody yet. And I get there. I'm looking for a deal on a room, and they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
What year was this?
Like 91. 90.
Wow.
It was Columbus Day weekend because you couldn't get a room. But because they sold out back then in Atlantic City. You know that. People ran it.
Yeah. Not my people.
You know what I mean.
People
you knew.
People I knew. Yeah. But still, that's cool that you got the opportunity.
Yeah. No. And I'm not a. I don't seek. I think everybody's people. I don't care. In fact, I was sitting with the sheriff. The cowboy hat sheriff at that police Clark. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting with Clark, Dave Clark, having a little conversation with him at the police suicide meeting up in New Jersey about 3 weeks ago. But I don't get I don't get a hard on when I see somebody who's got some notoriety.
But yeah, I mean,
like yeah,
they're all the same to me.
Yeah, you're a man.
Yeah,
you're a man and you're a woman. Either you're real or you're not. That's all.
Like you could be Michael Dowd the 7'5" or Michael Dowd at McDonald's. I still want to interview you because you're funny, you're charismatic. You're just.
I try.
I mean, just like I don't care.
Right.
I could care less.
Right.
I used to see Allen Iverson every 2 weeks.
It's all good.
On and on and on.
What's up?
I met them all.
Yeah. What's up? How you doing?
Yeah. They're just people.
Yeah. Hold my coat. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Do you hold this?
Yeah.
You're human, right? I mean, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't get starstruck either.
Yeah.
But again, why are they killing?
I'm glad some people do though.
Yeah. And they do. Michael Dowd.
Yeah.
Stuttering John. Greg Caden.
I was out to dinner the other night somewhere. I probably shouldn't say where I was because I don't know if I was allowed there. But anyway, I don't know. I was out to dinner and some woman looks at me and goes, I see you going like this, and oh Jesus! Oh, I was in Staten Island, so I was allowed to be there. And it was a late afternoon lunch. We were meeting with some producer, a retired cop who's a producer, and I brought this guy Charlie, who's got the dog story. I think I might have mentioned the dog story to you. The pit bull was shot in the eye by NYPD back in 2014. This guy Charlie rescued the dog, and we're looking to do a documentary about him. And
as a matter of fact, no, you didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, it's a really interesting story. Very interesting. It's pretty well known because he went to Philly. The dog was held in Philly. New York City shipped the dog to Philadelphia.
You know what you did? Mike? You texted it to me. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is good because you're trying to make something out of this. So summarize the situation. I know it, but I want to hear it from you.
So
give you a little plug.
Okay, so
the nice guy.
I think. So I'm meeting with Steve Stanislaus, who's got his own little film production company in New York, and he was the NYPD male stripper.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, back in the late 80s, early 90s, whatever it was. Yeah. So he was like one of those guys that got a lot of attention. He was a good-looking guy, and he ends up with a 3/4 disability pension. Okay, maybe he broke his dick. I don't know, but anyway, but he's a nice guy. So I'm kidding. But so he.
Well, you gave him that.
Yeah. He palled around with Madonna and that crew, so we got into film fairly young, right after the job, because he was bodyguarding and then stripping, whatever. So he had a little showmanship. So now he's involved with a production company. He did the Lilo Brancato documentary, Wasted Talent.
Lilo's coming in next week.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's cool as fuck,
fuck
man.
him. Tell him fuck you.
He's got 2 killer movies coming out.
Yeah, I know he's doing good. I love him. Yeah, we're like this.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lilo?
Too bad you're not here when he comes in.
Oh my God.
He's coming in.
I'll be here.
He flies in. I'll look when we get off.
I'll be here.
It's either he flies in Wednesday, shoot Thursday, leave Friday.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, you should, man. That'd be great, man.
I will be here.
Yeah, I've talked to him many times before. Going back and forth. He's really a cool fucking.
Yeah. So
dude.
he did his documentary and sort of helped Lilo get back in a little bit, but that wasn't his real intent. Well, maybe it was his intentions too, Steve, because Steve was trying to help him a little bit. He knew. So the story with Lilo, I won't tell it because your viewers will hear it. But so I'm there to meet this guy and discuss with him the potential of 2 people. I got these 4 cops from New York City that were 3 cops that were arrested in the New York City Pistol Licensing Division because they were selling licenses to celebrities. So it became a big scandal, and it goes all the way up to de Blasio's office and beyond. Okay, so they're all involved in it, and these cops, of course, are the fall guy. So de Blasio's people sends people in to get their guns because de Blasio's my daddy. I'm just, I'm not saying that's
his name isn't even Blasio.
Yeah, of course, yeah, Carmine, whatever.
William Hepfield. Remember we looked him up and fucking buried him.
Name is so crazy. Anyway, I don't want to make fun of him, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. So, the funny story is that these guys are being told to issue licenses to these people. They're being told. So favors and patronage is taking place in the licensing division to get a gun. One guy ends up killing his whole family with the gun that they gave to him. Anyway, so they want to do a documentary, expose all of it, all of the corruption. So I'm meeting with Steve and another guy that you know, Larry
Mazza.
Yeah. So he's involved with a film company. So I'm working with whoever steps up to the plate first is going to get the package. Okay. So Charlie with the dog, the NYPD pit bull dog, that story is incredible. His dad was a wise guy back in the day. He shot a cop, and the cop was on the take. It was what a story. It's insane.
Disaster.
It's insane.
You got to get him
and he didn't even know it. Charlie didn't know when he found the newspaper article. He said, no wonder why my father...
You should come in here with him.
He said, no wonder why my father never told me what he did. And he ran the brick company that built Starrett City, one of the largest single standing developments in New York City, Starrett City. His father, they opened up a cement plant down the block so they would get the bid. And they got the bid.
Gee, I wonder how that happened.
So they got the bid. Anyway, so he grew up coming back and forth from Long Island to East New York. He ends up being best friends with one of the guys that was paying me.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so we don't know this until he meets me through the 7-5 story.
Yeah.
He goes, Gordo and Eddie? I go, yeah, on Logan Street, right down from Eugene's Bodega. He goes, I used to sleep at their house. I said, I used to rob them. No. And then stopped.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of commonality between us, and he knew Walter from the 7-5 doc.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Walter took my newspaper from me one day because I was hiding my bundles in it. I go, yeah, Walter probably stole the bundles. He goes, he did. I said, that's Walter. So yeah. So it's just a big circle. So I'm bringing them in so that maybe to see if we can do something with their stories, because they're really incredible stories. See, there's a lot of people with great stories, but no one really gives a fuck. They want to write stories about fake cars and fake puppies talking to fake people, No, there's no real story. We're losing real storytelling in the movie cinema.
You're right.
The number one story is about some fucking some guy with a star on his chest that's nobody. He's just a fictitious person. Captain America, Captain Loser. But there's no personality driven in who can play a great actor. You don't need to be an actor today. You can't. You don't need to take on someone's personality. Just be Captain America, or
you can make a gazillion.
Yeah, what's the big
Marvel
character?
I don't like one of those movies.
I never watched one.
I'm not into the fucking bullshit.
I mean, what's the story?
I'm just not into it.
What's the story?
Maybe when I was 8.
Made up a story. How about people's stories?
The last movie that I think I saw that I can remember, I didn't like The Irishman. It was too long and boring. I was really disappointed.
Larry was in that. A lot of guys were in that movie.
Heavy hitters were in there.
Yeah, a lot of guys were in that movie. Yeah,
I didn't like it.
They did a lot of digital fudging.
Yeah, they fudged it a lot.
Because I didn't see it. Just so
yeah.
I didn't see the fucking. But I saw a lot of production processes in it, and a lot of my friends, guys that were in the movie.
I had a guy in that was in the movie.
Yeah.
I can't say his name because he's got to get approval because of possible, what the fuck is that called when you have a deal with somebody and then you come on here and you talk about like a breach of contract.
Yeah, you can't. Right. That's why Larry's been careful lately too.
Yeah. So I did the interview with him 2.5 hours, and then he left. He flew back, and then he called me the next day. He goes, "Look, I'm really sorry, but can you just hold on to this for a while?" Because there's a little bit of a conflict of interest or whatever, contract conflict. The ink bullshit.
Someone might say something and cause him a problem.
Right. So he's like, "Look, would you mind holding on to it for like 6 months, 8 months, and then pop it out?" I said, "Yeah, I'm not a dirty dude.
Right. You're not gonna fuck
you know what I mean? I'm not gonna fuck him."
Yeah.
But yeah, he was telling me that because they tried to make him look younger.
Okay.
So they did a lot of that digital shit they look like you and me, but the computer
It makes me pretty.
Like a
It
selfie
makes me
type
like
shit.
I used to look.
But a selfie type thing that cost $1 gazillion on
right,
film,
right.
and then you have Scorsese writing the fucking picture, so
Right.
you know that budget was huge.
Right.
You got Dickhead De Niro in
yeah,
there,
yeah,
and you know Pesci, he's cool as fuck.
Yeah, fish, yeah.
De Niro, okay, he's a fucking
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
But
He's got a pistol license too.
does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
From
sure he
From the
does.
guys.
But yeah, he'll
From
fight
those
it.
guys.
He'll fight it
From
to
those
death.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker.
He got it back. He lost it and got it back.
Fuck.
He lost it and got it back. That don't happen.
Don't get me started on De Niro.
Yeah, he lost it and got it back. That don't happen. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. And he may have to play me. No, not him. Please.
No. But you know, like
But, some guys like him though. Some guys like him. I don't know who, but some.
I know people that don't know him like him.
Right, exactly.
But like Stuttering John, he was in.
Yeah.
Jay was like, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
Because remember,
And
Stuttering
he
John
don't,
worked
he
for
don't like
Leno.
Trump. And he don't like Trump.
And he fucking hates Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it wasn't about that then.
Yeah, it wasn't about that. Yeah. Leno didn't like him.
Yeah.
John didn't like when he was working with Leno. He's just a dick.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
dick.
yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
The last real, like, based on a true story, I think was the Boston one with Johnny Depp. Who was the guy who got whacked in Coleman? Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
Black Mass.
Black
That
Mass.
was probably the last movie that came out that was like based on a true story.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I would say so. I get a phone call because for a stranger.
Yeah.
Because they call you on all these different apps and shit now. You don't even know how to block. I don't know how to block them. My phone's ringing. Who's this? I think it's probation. I don't know who it fucking
Yeah.
is.
When it's blocked right away, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I blocked that. I said, fuck, I'm gonna answer it because if I don't answer it, they're gonna get mad. So I answer the phone, and it's some guy saying, "I just want to thank you for a wonderful weekend." So I go, what? He goes, I watched Black Mask and then I found the 7.5. It rescued me from Black Mask is what he fucking said to me. I said, really?
I thought Black Mass was really
Just
good.
telling you what he said.
Yeah,
to
but
me.
hey,
I didn't see Black Mask, so I don't know.
It was good. 7.5 was really good, too.
Yeah. He said, you rescued me from the Black Mask, and I had a little, as far as Whitey, I met a few of his people in Devens, Massachusetts when I was up there.
Yeah, he got set the fuck up.
Yeah.
Knowing.
Yeah, he was working for them too. They're all fucking double dipping, bro.
They're
double dipping. Scarpa was the guy Larry was involved with?
Scarfo?
Scarfo. Yeah, he was that Scarfo? Because there's Scarfo and Scarfo. I can't remember.
Anyway, I don't know.
Larry's guy with the Columbos up in New York.
No.
I understand he was working too. I mean, that's what I heard.
I don't know.
I might have the wrong name because the Scarfo thing gets me
Scarfo's
confused.
Jersey,
Right.
and then the Scarpo. I've never even
yeah.
heard of him, so I don't know.
No, that's Philly.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Pull up tab 2. It's Larry Mazza. So he was. So when we pull that up, so now he comes in. And he's telling you about Mob TV, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you remember?
Right? So there's...
they're starting Mob TV, I think, this coming soon. I don't know if I'm allowed to speak about it, so I'm not
there's
sure.
Larry Mazza, right? Right, Mike?
Right.
And his bio, scroll down, just a real quick scroll down. Yeah. So 61. Yeah, so that's the career.
He's born the same year as me. I didn't know. I thought he was younger than me. He looks better than me right now. Well, he does own a gym, all right? So give me that.
Son became part of the gangster life. So he grew up like as a gangster.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Right. I think in his teens he got involved with them. And then.
Oh, scroll down a little bit. Right there. Greg Scarpa. Yeah, right there. It says,
right. Okay.
Yeah, little did he know that the Italian lady was the wife of Greg Scarpa.
Yeah. So Larry says, I helped him out.
Linda
he says,
Shaw.
I helped him out.
Yeah.
Because he was banging so many other people. Scarpa was. He says, he's never home, so here's a lady.
So do you think something's going to happen with you two?
Oh, with me and Larry?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be going out to do some Mob TV interview with him. I don't know. It'll probably be similar to the one you and I did initially, but he'll have his own twist, and we'll have a New York shit because we did time together.
Oh, did he? Okay,
yeah. Oh,
cool.
yeah. So I got to tell you. I don't know if I should. I'm going to tell you the story. I'm going to tell you the story. So Larry and I are sitting in his fucking living room yesterday, right? And I said to him, "Did you ever hear of Romanelli?" So he goes, "I don't know." I go, "He's a big monster. Bench press is 750 pounds. Yeah, world record." And he goes, I'm not sure. I says, "Listen, he's on the other side. You guys were at war. You got to know who each other you were shooting at or have an idea." So he goes, the only guy I know I shot, he says, the only big guy I knew, the only big guy I knew, he said, and the reason I remember him, like, the reason I remember this one is because I shot him. We've shot him 9 times. And we heard him go, ow! And he lived. I go, yeah. He goes, because he had a bulletproof vest on. I said, that's Pat Romanelli, motherfucker, my friend.
Your friend, right?
Yeah, that's why. He was a friend of mine at the time. I don't know how we are today, Pat and I, but
probably not so good, being that you're hanging out with the guys who shot his ass.
You know what? I don't think they can fucking get. At this point, they all love each other. I think because it's over. You know? But the war's over.
Yeah,
you know, because it could have been them against them, right? I mean, and he survived it. You know, they didn't coup de grace him on the ground.
Isn't it crazy how they always miss?
Well, you know what? It's not easy to fire a pistol at somebody. You know, you can't just do the left, the gangster twirl and just hit somebody. You gotta aim and squeeze.
Do you have a date that you're doing your podcast with him?
I'm gonna be out there on I think I'm going to 11th, 12th. Yeah, so the 12th of November. So, but they're just developing. This is gonna be like the initial blast off for them. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Congratulations.
This is their initial blast, so it's going to give me a little bit of a push right there, and then maybe the author out there that I really want will come forward to write this book, or something.
Yeah, it can always turn.
Because I can't write, I have a hard time speaking English. Could you imagine me writing?
Have Matt Cox write your book.
Yeah, but
you might get another indictment.
I'm a little nervous with him. He's a nice fella, but I'm not so sure. I didn't know I was his first fucking podcast.
Huh?
I was like his first or second podcast.
On Matt Cox?
Yeah.
You weren't on Matt Cox.
Yeah, I was.
You were? Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah. You got, you were.
I don't know. This fucking, what's his name? Tyler sends me to this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah, that's what he does.
First of all, Matt's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He's
Matt.
He's Matt. He's straight. He's quirky. He's one of the guys that I call special. Because he's pretty intelligent.
He's really intelligent.
Yeah, and he's thorough. He knows some great fucking scam he pulled off.
For a long time. I
get jealous of that because to me that's an intelligent crime. Don't get me wrong. It's hurtful to somebody. I don't know who, but it's still the intelligence behind it. It's no thuggery. It's just write pens and papers. They fucking do this.
Yeah, and you know what he did?
Yeah, he took people's homes from them. Sort of.
Well, he
said no one ever lost their home, though, is what he said.
Yeah, he said, I fucked the banks, not the people. Because he would go to the Salvation Army and get all their info and then build their credit, buy the house 3 different times, and then he was out before the actual person that bought it was fucking $900K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was just in maybe 3 weeks ago. And get this, you're going to die because you probably didn't see it. He did a fucking commercial.
I saw the commercial.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
I saw the commercial myself, not...
If you watch...
I'm watching TV and I go, that's fucking bad.
Yep. If you watch, I think it's number 101 or the video number 1.
Yeah.
And within the first 10 minutes, we play the whole commercial. And he's in there.
I did see it on
and he's talking about nudity.
I did watch your 101, so fuck you. I did take the time.
And Matt was like... Newt was disgusted with me. Remember he said he was
want to be in the same room with the guy.
Yeah. But can you believe that they put an America's Most Wanted guy out of all things, massive fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, just fucking people to the moon.
The same room.
And they put him in the same room with a commercial that's playing on national fucking TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to have him in for
It
that.
came out okay though.
I thought it came out great.
I don't think. I could see the disgust on Newt's face as he's fucking talking. I didn't know that he really, really hated the guy. Hey, listen, shit happened, dude. Get over it. I would tell him that too.
And actually,
his fucking face.
And to be honest with you, Matt was doing a good thing because he was saying, like, look, this is LifeLock. He's like, if I wanted to do it now, it's easier now because there's more technology.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, this is
like picking candy from a baby now.
He says on fucking national TV, he goes, I had fucking 300 notary stamps.
Yeah.
That's how Matt is. Like, he just don't give a fuck. I'll tell you what, though. He's one fucking hell of an artist. Holy fuck.
I saw the art in his house.
He does that. That's his. Dude, he's on another level with that.
I told you he's a special guy. I like people like that. I mean, when I was a young kid, I would have made fun of them,
Yeah,
they couldn't play sports like us or something like that, you know what I mean? They're drawing,
Yeah. Like, I would have threw a cupcake at him, in the cafeteria. And then next thing you know, the guy writes War Dogs. He wrote that script.
Yeah.
And he got cooked by Bradley Cooper and Universal.
Yeah.
And how's he going to fight that from prison?
Yeah, right.
That was him.
Yeah.
Because the real guy was in jail with him. And he wrote the whole fucking script, submitted it,
He should sue himself.
He did sue him, but how he don't have he's got to go up against Universal.
Oh no. Well, let's get him. Let's get this. Someone will take it. A big guy will take that on contingency. Universal's got bank. Take their money. Fuck them. That's bullshit. I don't like. That's abuse. That's not right.
No, it isn't right.
That's not right.
But
that's not right.
But you gotta have.
A little guy could have got a payday and they fucked him.
But he tried to get lawyers, but they don't want to do it because they don't because you have a massive criminal that got 26 years. That got off through how it's for him to tell and say, which he has no problem telling.
No,
you.
he says.
But I'm not.
He ratted.
Yeah, I'm not going to speak for him.
Right.
But so you have him. What attorneys really wants to take that case to then go up against Universal? I mean, even if you're like a Johnny
Maybe
Cochran,
a retired attorney who doesn't give a fuck.
But does he still have the whips that he used to have?
It's just a matter of if it's technical, it's technical.
I mean,
law is the law. There's no feeling. Lady, the blind one with the scale.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
bring that one into the courtroom. It never fucking happens. By the way,
never.
You're never gonna get her in that courtroom. It never fucking happens.
No,
they're saying shit about me. I'm like, I didn't do this. Not like they said.
Well, of course they got.
And I got my wife in the back going, "Don't take the plea." I'm like, I could get life. She goes, "Don't take the plea. They're gonna fuck you." I'm like, "Holy shit!" And they're telling her to shut up in the courtroom. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Really?
Yeah.
What was the plea?
I don't remember.
Really don't?
10 to life. I don't know.
10 to life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know what's 10 to life.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, it's over with.
Yeah,
but
I got out. Yeah.
And ready for this? Matt is dyslexic. He has to read backwards.
I'm dyslexic too.
He reads backwards. How the fuck he can write a book?
A B and a P, I can't get them.
You read? You're dyslexic?
Yeah. I diagnose myself. I don't know B's and P's. I can't do them.
What do you mean you don't know P's and P's? What does that mean?
I put a butt and a P with a P with a butt. Yeah, I get them wrong. Butt and put. I can't remember them.
Do you know what the hell he's talking about? His brother, your brother's got no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I didn't tell him. I don't. I mean, I was just like a retard. I couldn't. I can't. I had to prepare 20 minutes before it was my turn to read in the classroom. I'd read the line where I think I'm going to go, just to get them right,
Yeah,
But I was intelligent, but I couldn't read. I can't. There's something fires wrong.
It's just the
synapse.
It doesn't go all the way to the top.
Synapse thing. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I get my B's and my P's confused all the time, and sometimes I'll switch my numbers around. It is what it is.
Whatever.
I made it to 60.
You made it to 60. You got a documentary. You might have another one.
Yeah. So, well, the movies, they own the movie rights, so we'll see what happens. Whatever. I'm hoping it I don't want to say fails because I don't want anything to fail. I hope they pass on it and these other people are willing to pick it up and do a 5, 6, 7 season because there's so much, guys' lives and not that my life is that important, but the stories are really good. And if you, like I just said, story, they don't do stories anymore, but when they get a good one. That's what we need to do. We need to do stories so people connect. Name the street.
Right, because
name the street.
Right, I agree with you.
What block was that? I was on that block. Now you got people that have passed that. The White Castles on Atlantic Avenue, or the Conduit Boulevard. The words and the names of the elevated train on Jamaica Avenue. These things, people, they immediately draw a picture of and they connect. And it gives a different feel to stories. That's my opinion.
I agree with you.
For my little artsy take on things.
I agree with you. And I also think that now is the time as well.
What do you think?
Because it sounds like he agrees with you.
I'm just trying to keep track of who's talking over here. So, I forget where I was. But
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm rude.
No, the series. So, like, people really aren't going to the movies. Like the new, the Sopranos movie came out.
Right.
You could get that on HBO Max for $14.99 and then just cancel the fucking subscription. Right. So people are just watching shit at home.
Right.
So a story like yours or like Greg Caden or a lot of these guys that we all know, like know and I know, it would be better broken up because now you're not trying to rush on a 10-year career of madness when talking about you or Caden.
Yeah.
25 years as a detective in LA.
Yeah,
how can you do that in an hour or an hour and a half?
People leave these hour and a half or 35-minute shows wanting more.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, people have watched my documentary 200-300 times. I don't know what the fuck. But that's what, so
No, it's good.
Yeah, but no, I love it because they want more. They want to see what they missed, and that, I mean, they know more about me than I know about me, bro.
But when you watch your documentary, right, and I've watched it twice. I watched it once before I even knew who you were and got into this shit, you know.
Right, years ago.
Because then when your name popped up, I was like, Michael Dowd, how the fuck do I know that name? And I watched it when it first came out.
Right, yeah, 15. Yeah,
yeah, and I saw it, and I saw the picture. I'm like, fuck, I've seen this. And then about 15 minutes in, I was like, fuck, I did see this, you know. And then I realized who was coming in.
Right.
And when I'm watching it, you know, because now I'm into the YouTube shit, right? So... And I see things differently. And as I'm watching, I'm like, I know they had to have skipped a gazillion parts in this. Oh, yeah. Because it was just like...
I interviewed for 4 days.
I got to be honest with you.
8 hours a day.
I don't like how they jumped around in it.
A couple of things annoyed me, but they got...
It still came out very well.
They got to the story, yeah.
But
they didn't tell you Kenny was out on a 3/4 disability pension that I got him. There's so much. There's just so much.
And you can't fit that into an hour or 2 hour documentary.
His wife was a fucking...
Yeah.
You know, whatever. I don't want to, she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I shouldn't speak badly about her.
But yours should have been a series.
Yeah. No, even a documentary.
And it still can
be. A documentary series.
That's why I mean, series in general.
The guys wanted to do it. But, like, people, they don't get it. Like, people are clamoring for this type. I'm not promoting me. I'm promoting that type of thing, you know, because we're losing this. We're losing this. You know, you and I are here. Like, people want to do Zoom fucking interviews with me. I don't want to do them. I don't want to do them.
I won't do them.
You're losing. You're losing. Like, you can't get this on Zoom. And you can't get this.
No, you're looking at it. I've tried it twice, and I'll never do it again. I don't care who it is. I won't do it.
It's just not.
Because what's the point? It's not personal.
Yeah, there's not. Right.
There's no personal.
We're giving it up. We're giving that up.
Yeah, and that's what that's what this is for, right? It's not to look at a fucking screen and you talk to me through a screen and you look different on your webcam than my camera, and it just looks all fucked up, you know. Yeah. So tell me about Micky Munday. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Micky Munday. Yeah, so Micky Munday, I don't know if anybody, a few guys in the room here know.
Yeah, pull up our tab 3.
But Micky Munday was one of the original Cocaine Cowboy guys.
He's coming in.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
When'd you get him?
He's coming in the end of November.
You motherfucker. You called him?
Tyler called him.
Did he? Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, this is Micky Munday, right?
Holy shit, yeah.
So tell me about Micky Munday.
I'm walking the track in Marianna, Florida. I don't know. It's a hot day, of course, because it's Florida. You know, I'm out in the Panhandle, and this guy comes walking by me. He's like 6'5". You know, looks like Walter but skinny. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's the only one that's ever passed me on the track. In prison. Since I'm in prison, he's the only one that ever walked past me.
Not to interrupt you, he didn't do too bad. He only did 12 years.
Yeah, well, there's a couple stories.
Yeah.
There's a couple stories.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's walking past me on the track. I don't know this guy, and he almost laps me, motherfucker. You know, and I'm doing 15 miles a day on the track, okay? And I'm averaging about 9-minute miles walking, and this guy passed me. I'm like, fuck, you know. But I'm saying, listen, he's 6'5"-ish. I got to give it to him. And there's no way I'm going to beat that unless I'm running. I'm not going to run. I don't run. So he catches up to me again, and he says, hey, you were a cop in New York? I go, yeah. He goes, did they come get you? Did they do this? You know, what? He goes, did the press come? Did this one? I said, not really, but, you know, I really don't, care. I mean, I already did Barbara Walters and Mike Wallace, okay? I mean, do I need press? I did Mike Wallace and Barbara Walters back when they were the 2 biggest people in the world. Interviewing people, I did them. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, okay, thanks for the heads up, you know? Oh, they're going to come for you to do... I go, whatever, you know? They're going to want to do something. I said, okay, well, whatever. I'm sitting here waiting for them then, you know? Because I ain't going nowhere.
Where are you going to go?
I got a couple of years to do. I'll be here. So, I don't know who he is. And he's coming in and out of prison. He's flying from one prison to another prison. He's cooperating.
They're giving him the decent.
He's cooperating. He's cooperating.
Yeah.
And he wasn't shy about it. He didn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm going home. You know, whenever I can, I'm going home. That's it. You know, and so I get a call. I get a call to sign my agreement to sign my agreement for my life rights. And you got to do it now. You got to do it now. I don't know that Sony was hacked by Korea, North Korea. It's Kim Jae-ju, whatever his fucking
Rocket Man. You're talking about Rocket Man?
Yeah. He hacked Sony. His people hacked Sony.
Oh wow.
His people hacked Sony's database, and they're negotiating my contract.
Jesus Christ, your luck.
Online, right? I don't know this. I'm not in the fucking computer world with these people. I get a phone call from one of my guys representing. We need you to sign right away. Blah, blah, blah. What do you mean sign away? It's Thanksgiving weekend. Get the fuck out of here. Wait till I see my lawyer tomorrow. Whatever. Just give me a minute here. You're shoving it down. Oh, we're gonna give you this money. We're gonna give you that. I go, send it to me and we'll talk. Oh, you gotta sign it right away. I don't know that they know the breach. They don't want me to know because they're negotiating in the millions. And they're going to offer me like $50, right? So anyway, I go on fucking line and I see Micky Munday on something. Like Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I don't know. I send him a message. He calls me. Mike, hey, Maggie, how you doing? Listen, I was offered this, and that. He goes, you got a better deal than me? Take it. I go, really? He goes, yeah. I go, okay. So I hang the fucking phone up on Thanksgiving Day, the day before Thanksgiving in 2014, I think it was. And I'm signing a deal, basically, with 3 days later. He called no lawyers. No, what do I know? I'm broke. I don't want to give 10% to a lawyer. That would be ruinous, right? What an asshole I am. So now I end up going to Florida, meeting a cop down there, John Cardillo, who runs he's involved in politics, and he used to do a news show on Newsmax. I run with him a lot, and he says something to me. I said, well, Micky Munday and I bullshit with each other. We'll go meet him. We met him down in Miami. He has a bike. He drives to this hamburger place, Greasy Spoon, whatever, and we meet there, and he puts on my shirt. There's a picture in my Instagram with him with my shirt and me and him together, so it was funny. I mean, because we know each other. I don't give a fuck what he does or what he doesn't do. We're buddies, right? So I go back to New York, and about a year later, or two, I don't know exactly, Micky gets arrested. And now here's a guy who's working with the police, teaching them how to keep guys like him from these big smuggling organizations. And he's going before police organizations and speaking and telling them how he does. All of a sudden, I hear he's going to court. He's being held without bail because he's
got like a mile long record.
Yeah,
and then didn't he get hit with automobile tagging and auto insurance? Well,
this is what it is. He did something with I don't know what he did, but he has to do something with automobiles and insurance. Okay, and it was like out in Missouri or someplace, Mississippi. I don't know. It wasn't really in Miami per se. It may have been linked, but I got a message from this girl who's been like sort of his manager, and she says, "Can you write a letter of recommendation to Micky Munday's judge?" I said, "I think that's not quite in my purview to be giving out letters of recommendation." Hi, this is Michael Dowd, the former New York City police officer, who went away for 14 years for racketeering, and I think that Micky has turned over such a good leaf and turned. I mean, he just got arrested for auto fraud. I mean. I'm not mad at him. I don't think I'm going to help him. So, I mean, this is my...
I think you would cook him because...
Yeah, come on. What judge wants to see that on their fucking desk? Oh, yeah? Who else is... Yeah, is Tommy sending...
and Mike... And Mike, and then the judge reads it and realizes, wait a minute. This is the dirtiest cop in New York from 88.
Yeah, that's 4 felons writing letters for him right now.
Yeah, great, right? I'm sure that's going to get you a reduction, right?
Yeah. Good luck. Sorry. I shouldn't have wrote that letter.
Now... So we got through that. I was really wondering about that, like character letter. I'm thinking, I mean, no offense or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody would want one from me either.
I mean, maybe
it would be detrimental.
To a girlfriend that you think, Mike's a really nice guy. Please give him a chance.
Yeah, right. To one of your girls that you fucked with.
I'll fuck you.
And then I wanted to ask you because a lot of people have been coming in from New York or are scheduled to come in. What, other than the jerk-offs that are running the joint, what really led to the massive decline in New York? Just the overall fucking decline in New York. Because I liked it at one point.
I was so proud of New York. Because so just my personal, 80s were horrific. 90s, not too good either. But when I went away, they cleaned up. I don't know how it happened, right? I don't really know how this happened, but I went away, and Giuliani cleaned the fucking place up. And I wasn't a fan of Giuliani, but I was, different. I didn't like Giuliani, but I respected his job. Just like if you don't like Trump, you got to respect the work he's doing. So, so that's why I can do that. See, because I don't go by feelings because I don't like him. But I know what he did was good, okay? And so on and so forth. And then the 9/11 thing happened. But, and 9/11, I was in the joint 9/11. What a scenario that is, and I don't want to get into it. But because it's another diversion. So Giuliani helped bring the city back and make it a wonderful place to be. I mean, people flocking back. People don't move from the suburbs to the city. You left the city and moved to the suburbs, but not then. You know, Williamsburg, Brooklyn, if anybody's familiar with Brooklyn at all, Williamsburg, Brooklyn became a hub of film and artistry and bake shops and I think that's where they developed the craft burgers. You know, everything's craft now. You know, this craft, that craft. You know, probably the word I'm saying it wrong, but you know, like everything is special now. There's no more burger. Have a burger? No, we have craft burgers.
just like the IPO beer or whatever, right? You know, like that.
Everything's special now. Yeah. But these people are creative, but they came to New York from all around the world. They came to Williamsburg and Park Slope, and that whole area of Brooklyn became vibrant, and it became more popular than Manhattan in many instances.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and more expensive than Manhattan in many instances. But then they started to turn on the police, and it doesn't take long. It does not take long.
Who turned on the police?
De Blasio.
De Blasio
turns on the police because it's politically expedient. And listen, I don't know him as he's a dick, all right? But I'm sure he knows that he needs police, but he doesn't. He acts as if the police are the problem.
Mike, let me ask you this: how does that benefit him by feeling that way? What benefit, even politically, for him is that?
Well, because it's always a racial division. Because more people in the Black and Hispanic community are confronted with police. Well, first of all, it's a minority city now. It's not a white city population. So any interaction is going to be police officer with a person of, let's say, color. I don't know how do you want to phrase it today. And any interaction, it's not going to be pretty. If it's not, hey, how you doing, officer? Have a nice day. Most interactions with police and criminals is ugly. Not all, but many, you know. And when there's no respect for the law that you just broke, you broke the law, and now you want to fight about it. You know, okay, this is going to end well for nobody, you know. So it doesn't look well. So you get a couple of images like that, and you become a political guy, and you prey upon that image to make you bolster your reasoning. We will stop them from being excessive. You know, it's them against us. Now it's usually the police feel it's them against us. Now the civilians are going, it's them against us, and so now it's over. It's really over. No respect, no appreciation, and it's easier to hate somebody because there's not that much. Because if you like somebody, you have to consider what they say and do, and you have to treat them with respect. But if you don't like them, you don't have to give them any consideration or respect or time. If you don't like the police, you can make believe they're not there, and just do you. And this is what's going on. It's not good. It's ugly. It's really ugly because we all have people that live in cities, if not New York itself or from New York. And so New York isn't the worst place either, you know. Like cities like Milwaukee are worse, or D.C. and
L.A.,
Baltimore, L.A. I mean, it's out of control.
L.A.,
San Francisco. People don't want to go to San Francisco. Now that was a dream of mine as a young guy. I'd like to go to San Francisco and look at the hills because you saw.
They are cool as fuck,
right?
Yeah,
they look cool. I want to go see them. I don't want to. Now, you're talking about a guy who lives on one coast that doesn't want to go to the other coast for that because I don't want to deal with the scum. I don't mean the people, individuals. There's just the dirt, the deterioration of the street and the fabric of society. It's just going and they create an underclass of people that are dependent on the government that'll do whatever they say.
Right.
And that's pretty much what it comes down to.
And it seems to me that that's what this is all about. It's all about control and population control. I mean, that's just what it is.
And you sound like a conspiracy theorist freak now.
And
you're not.
And I'm not. I'm just giving an opinion because I'm taking facts, adding them together, and then coming to a conclusion.
Right.
And in my opinion,
it
looks to me like population control 100%. And it looks to me like the government says this, you do it. Control. That's why they're pushing the V so much. Like, why do you push it so much? Okay, it's there. If you want it, sure, go get it. I'm all for it. If you don't want it, it's your choice.
Me too.
That's why it's a free fucking country.
Right.
I don't think any differently of somebody who did get it than didn't get it. I don't think anybody differently that likes Trump that doesn't like Trump or Biden or...
I don't care.
I don't care.
Just don't tell me what to do.
That's all.
That's all.
And don't tell me that you know everything.
Yeah, it's simple.
Give me your opinion. I give you my opinion. We agree to disagree.
Or we can disagree. It doesn't matter.
And now let's go have a burger.
Nice day, have a burger.
Yeah,
Kraft burger.
A Kraft burger, yeah. But, it's a real shame, and you can see it. And like you said in the last interview, what are you going to do when you call 911? When these officers get sick of the bullshit, and they say, fuck this, I'm going into another career. Or how about this, Mike? The kid that grows up, that wants to be a cop. It's cool to be a cop, but want to bear a badge.
It was for a while.
But I mean, not like a schmuck. Right. That is like, no. I'm talking like a good-looking.
I want to do the right thing.
I'm a good-looking guy. I want to be a cop. Not like I got picked on in school, so now I want some power.
Yeah, I want to get people back.
I'm talking about a person who really wants to be a cop. He's playing with cop toys when he's a kid and shit.
He appreciates the image of being a cop and respects it. And respects it.
Right. And respects the job where you don't take it too far.
Right.
And when I want to go back to Giuliani as well, you may not like him, but he did a great job, and I personally don't think he ever went too far. I don't think he did, in my opinion.
Well,
I think...
Well, he did ask me to get life. But...
Well, Mike, I mean...
But other than that...
Other than that...
I never went too far.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you had the whole Pizza Connection case. I know you might know a little bit about
that. A little bit of that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Mike, you weren't exactly a fucking angel. I don't know about life.
But life, come on.
But he knew you weren't going to get life.
Yeah, no, of course he did, but he just, gave me a little...
Give you a little off.
Come on, bro. Chill. Yeah, come on. My whole family's on the jobs. Yeah, I fucked up. Give me a bag.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. Yeah. But other than that...
I mean, I wouldn't wish that on him. Everybody meets their maker. Everybody has a bill to pay.
But somebody was probably in his ear, too. You got to consider that.
Listen, it was... I changed New York City. I fucking changed New York City. I put Giuliani in office. Dinkins was going for his second term.
The second term?
He was going for a second term, and I fucked up under Dinkins.
And he got you.
And he got the job, so he should be kissing my ass a little bit. Yeah.
He should be like, don't give him any more than 10, right?
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Give him hard 10. 2 5s.
Now, what were you talking about the race, the mayor race in New York? Can you elaborate on that? Because I don't know anything about it.
Well, so you have it's actually pretty funny in a way, because you have Eric Adams. I'm not a name guy.
Don't worry about it.
Eric Adams.
It's just the principle of the story.
Fuck up yeah. So I think his name is Eric Adams. Now, he was a cop when I was a cop. Okay, and he created an organization called the Guardians.
Now, I heard of that.
Yes. So you may be confusing it, because he created an organization called the Guardians, which was basically 100 law enforcement officers of color. Okay, and they basically tried to create their own union, to once again to divide. Right? No, we're negotiating as union members for each other, and we listen. As a black cop and a white cop, we didn't give a fuck. Let me tell you straight up, you're my brother. You wore blue. That's it. And of course, if you were robbing somebody I didn't know about, what I mean? There's a difference. But the point is, they had a whole group of black guys from Brooklyn that were robbing people.
Yeah.
They all got away with it.
Cops?
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah.
And those guys in that organization knew all about it, because they were in the organization. I'm not saying Adams himself. I'm not even suggesting that, because I don't know.
You're just saying in general.
In general.
Yeah.
The guys in that organization were involved in it. Anyway. Adams develops this group called the Guardians. So who's he running against? Curtis Sliwa, the head of the Guardians. the guys with the red hat Guardians that would step in as, let's call them, civilian police, right? They were like, I don't know if you're familiar with them at all.
Nah.
Okay, so you never heard of Curtis Sliwa?
No.
Curtis Sliwa is a Guardian. He was the founder of the Guardians, just like Eric Adams is the founder of the Guardians.
Yeah, I'm thinking the other way.
Yeah, he's the Guardians of the police. He's the Guardians of the Guardians, the organization.
See, I know of the organization, not this guy.
You're right,
yeah.
right. So the police guy has an organization called the Guardians, and he's running against the head of the Guardians, of Curtis Sliwa. So I mean, it's just the dichotomy is it's just ironic, right?
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, really, they're both Guardians.
Yeah.
But Sliwa was out there in the street, throwing down. As a Guardian, he would go protect people. They would go into a high crime neighborhood and stand there on the street corners. They had a pretty good organization. I mean, we were at odds with them as cops at times because they were allowed to do more than us.
Yeah.
Because as civilians, you can pummel somebody because you're defending another civilian in trouble. But as a cop, you had to follow the fucking rules. So we let the Guardians go in first. And if they won too good, we have to lock up the Guardians too. But they never really had much of a problem. They were good. They were good people. Most of them were very good people. Of course, there's someone who abuses something in every organization.
Of course. Michael Dowd.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so interesting how the mayor's and I'm hearing it's not going well for Curtis. But who knows? Maybe he can pull it out in the end. He's conservative. He doesn't like Trump, so he has that going for him, right? But as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason for him to not like Trump. Maybe he has a personal thing with Trump.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen. The guy's been a businessman for 70 years, 60, 70 years. His family's been in business in New York for 100 years almost. So you may have pissed somebody off along the way when you're in business that long, right?
Yeah, it usually happens.
Yeah. I mean, half the guys in Atlantic City want to kill him because he didn't pay some of his fucking contract. Whatever.
But whatever.
It's called business.
It's called business. He probably found the loophole. And I mean, look. I always say
you look for your loopholes, right?
Who doesn't?
Right.
I mean, everybody does.
Yeah.
We just don't do it illegally.
Right.
You do things the right way, and you don't got to worry.
Yeah.
It's not worth bullshit.
Yeah.
But
there are loopholes that are legal, though. Is what I'm saying.
But like Trump or not like Trump, he is the only guy that would call that motherfucker Rocket Man and go meet to him face to face.
Yeah.
When he did that, and everybody on the planet was telling him don't go.
Yeah, of course.
And he didn't give a fuck.
That's how.
But see, because he did that, he got respected like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he went and called a guy that could blow this whole joint up in a minute.
I'm at your door.
I'm at your door to talk to you like a man.
That's what a wise guy does.
And you know what? Mike, though? He respected him.
Yeah.
Because he went in there not with 50 million. I'm sure there were snipers around and shit.
Yeah.
But he went in there like a man. Yeah, I called you Rocket Man.
Yeah.
Why don't we work together and let's make your country more like USA, and we can do this together.
Right.
And he's a deal maker.
Of course he is.
So you can hate Trump all you want. I think he should have calmed down on Twitter as well. He went a little bit too far because you want to get reelected.
Yeah. Well, I think he just ran into so much headwind.
Yeah.
They just didn't stop. They're still going after him.
They're still going after him.
Right now, they're looking to arrest him.
I know.
Like any second.
I know. They don't have nothing.
No, of course not. But they're continuing to talk about it so that you, as a citizen of America, are just waiting for Trump to be arrested.
Yeah.
And these people are waiting. They're believing it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him get arrested.
Well,
I'm not going to let him.
They're
get
going
arrested.
after him for something now.
Yeah, I'm not going to let him get arrested. If I can, I'm going to block him. I'll stand in front of him. You go through me.
Listen, Mueller
he stood in front of everybody else in the world for us.
Yeah, he did. China.
Everybody.
He fucked China up.
Everybody down.
Yep. And I'll tell you another thing is that Mueller's a motherfucker. He'll set you up. I got friends that he planted shit on that motherfucker. That Mueller plant shit. You name it, he's done it.
They're all They all got to go. When he comes back in 2024, the list is long.
Stone said he's coming back as long as his health is good.
I know. Yeah. The list is long. The list is long.
It's long.
Yeah. And you could start off with O and C.
Yeah. I think if he comes back,
and Comey and Brennan and the whole cabal.
I think if and
Psaki's one of them.
If they don't cheat, and whether he cheated or whatever, I think if he runs again and he wins, I think he's going to come in there not so passive.
He's going to win because I'll stand at my poll. I'll stand at my poll if I have to. I don't give a fuck. I'm done.
They do the mail-in votes.
What am I going to do with my life?
Listen to me.
What am I going to do with the rest of my life? My country's at stake. My kids, my grandkids.
Yeah, but you're nothing compared to.
I'm willing to do my part, whatever that is.
Yeah,
that's whatever it is.
And that's respectful.
We all have to.
If there's no mail-in votes,
it's
a landslide.
It's not even going to be close in that case.
But mail-in votes might fuck them. What do you?
Well, maybe we'll count them this time. You know, maybe we'll make sure that they're all sequentially numbered.
Wow, you haven't slept, have you? that would be like a dream come true.
Yeah.
Huh?
Let's have them all have a number on them and all directly assigned to somebody. You can even scan them if you'd like.
So I know you love this subject, right? So your Yankees and your Mets games.
First of all, Yankees. First of all, I'm a baseball fan.
I know you.
I love baseball, and the sad thing is that I haven't been paying attention because of the politics. Like, I want to go to a ball game and high five the guy next to me, you know, and hug him. And, yeah,
have fun.
Yeah, the guy just hit a home run. He's on team. Yeah, but I gotta wonder who you voted for, or if you don't like me because of who I voted for. That's horrible. That's fucking horrible. I mean, the Yankees were one and done this year, which I'm not a real Yankee fan, but I'm a New York guy. I mean, if Buffalo was in the fucking World Series, I would root for Buffalo, you know? And in fact, I remember when they were making the playoffs like 4 or 5 years in a row. It was at Denver. We're back. But Buffalo did pretty good for a while. I like Buffalo because the Jets are 1-3. Everybody thinks they're going to the Super Bowl.
I know. I was just
Are
gonna
you
tell you.
fucking kidding me? They suck.
Yeah, they think the Jets are gonna go to the
They
Super
think
Bowl.
they're going to the Super Bowl now because they won a game.
First off, there's no chance in hell that's gonna happen.
No.
Okay. I mean,
Joe Namath was off. It's just it, you know.
that was the end.
Him and Joe Klecko. I mean, you know, and Gaston. I have a good story about Gaston. I met him in Studio 54 one day.
Did you?
I probably told you.
No, you didn't tell me.
Yeah, he was in there. We didn't like hang out and everything, but I saw him in there, and he's with. I think he's with. I want to say either Ryan or O'Brien. I can't remember. Remember Kenny? I don't know if you remember.
Oh, the O'Brien.
Yeah. It was either Ryan or O'Brien. They're hanging out together, and they're both big guys, right? I mean, Mark 6'8", I think. You know, 270, juiced up. He's wearing his mink coat. And there's this guy, probably well-suited guy, probably 6'1"-ish, 6'2", cock-looking, strong, and Gaston walks in front of him with his big mink coat. Blocks him out, and he starts talking right to his girlfriend, right in his fucking face. Girlfriend was smoking hot, button-up white blouse, you know, like a little secretary thing. Oh, my, she was gorgeous. And this guy's like this, looking at the back of Mark Gaston. I'm like, what am I going to do now? But he got his ass beat there a couple of times.
Did he?
Yeah, in Studio 54. You could be 6'8".
Studio 54 is crazy, right?
You could be 6'8", but you could throw him. So
they say
you could throw him.
The bigger they are, the faster they drop, right?
Bang, like a tree. Yeah, I'm not saying that the guy, but he did the arm wrestling thing in there. I don't know if you know the stories because you weren't. You're not as old as me.
I did see the arm wrestling thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. A friend of mine played it for me because it was funny. It was funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I know the story.
Years ago,
yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah. So, but interesting how you know the paths that we crossed throughout the years. You know, but
football isn't even fun to watch anymore. You can't hit. Yeah. You can't do this shit. They're just fucking everything up. Yeah. Turn me off.
I mean, there was one good hockey picture I saw as a girl. The female hockey goaltender. Oh, my God. I saw her on somewhere. I scratch that from this.
But, you know, this whole situation's just fucked everything up. I mean, everything.
It's
sports, gas prices are through the roof. Nobody wants to work.
What do you want to? Yeah. What do you blame it on? The COVID, or do you blame it on the politics now?
I think it's all political, from A to Z political, and I
designed
primarily control, and then second to that would be population control.
Acquiesce. I think it's to cause us to accept them.
Yeah, I mean same thing.
Yeah, right, No, I don't disagree with you, but I think it's for me. So. I get it like this because when we deal with the social media world, you see a lot of it. You see people attacking you with no facts, but it's designed to make us accept falsities, accept the falseness, and don't you question it. Just accept it. We know it's false too, but you accept it, please. And if you don't accept it, you're now the enemy of the state. Like you're a fucking terrorist. Yeah. That's what's going on.
That's
what's going on.
I agree with you 100%.
I need to get my cigars up here from the Dominican Republic, though.
I got a couple of your cigars there.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're good.
Did you have them?
Yeah, I had one. Yeah. They're good. They're good. They're more. You know what? They're like
strong.
They're more like a spring grown. You ever got like a really good spring grown cigar? That's what they're like. They're really good.
Yeah. I had some guy sent me a message the other day and wanted to know if he can get some more. He was a cop in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So if somebody wants some of your cigars, how can they get them?
Yeah. Well, they DM me on something, and then I have to get them up from the Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Do you answer your direct messages on IG? You do?
Yeah. I answer all direct messages. Yeah.
Okay. And what are you selling right now? You got the cigars, right?
I got the cigars. That's all I'm doing.
That's what you're doing right now.
I don't do a lot of them, so I keep a small stash of them. Coming and going, and sometimes you have to wait. Till they come in. Because you're allowed to bring some from the DR.
Yeah.
So I get small numbers at a time, and it just
And I'm not kissing your ass. They are good.
No, I know. Thank you. I do it because it gives people a reason to connect, and it's a story. You have a story sitting over there. You had Dowd in. This is his cigar. Now you got a conversation with a stranger.
Yeah, and something like that can break the ice with somebody you don't know that might be, not real like camera shy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then after 10 minutes, they forget that the camera's there, and then it's just a good time for 2 or 3 hours. You know what I mean? Just hanging out.
That's what I like to be. I like to break the ice for people. That's what that is. I'll put my 7.5 T-shirt on, and someone will look and say, "Wait a minute." Then you see them hitting their fucking Google to see if this is that, and all of a sudden, "Are you the guy from the 7.5?" I said, "Well, you looked it up? Or that's why you're coming over here to talk to me, right?"
Maybe if that series goes through, you can get on Rogan, and he changed the studio again. You know that?
That's why in Texas he moved.
He moved to Texas. Remember the red thing?
Yeah.
Now it's not red anymore. I'll show it to you when we're done.
I think I did see something different.
Yeah, he's got like a thing behind him. It looks good.
Is it a picture of me?
Huh?
Is it a picture of me?
I tagged him. I tagged him on ours. I tagged and Lucas, David Lucas, the comedian, opens up for him. I tagged him on that. Just trying to get a response. Lucas had showed him the studio, and I say all the time, I copy him 100%.
Yeah, why not?
Give respect where respect is due, right?
Right.
And he copied off of my. He's the man. Do you think he should have went to Spotify? Because you were on his show, that's why I asked.
No, I know that.
Right there.
I know. Yeah, I was on his show. I actually put a wrestling move on him.
Did he?
Yeah, because he wouldn't turn around. Because my name's on the back. Is my name on the back? Yeah, I think it is. He wouldn't turn around, so I put him in a wrestling move, and he's looking at me like, "What are you doing?"
He fucked you up.
Because he's a player. That's what he does.
He's got the 7.5 shirt on.
Yeah, he's got the 7.5 T-shirt. I wanted the back shot because it had the Dowd name on it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
Do I think he should have went to Spotify? So the question is this. Is it about money?
I say no. Because if you do the numbers, he would have made more with YouTube.
So then maybe he's getting tired.
No. You want me to give you my opinion?
He does 3 fucking hours a day, an interview, and does 2 a day sometimes. I mean, I'm exhausted when I leave his interview. I want to fucking go to sleep.
At the end, his average was 100,000 a video. So I think you'll make it through 3 hours, three times a week for 100K fucking per video. Would you not?
Yeah, but didn't they give him 200 mil? Like, didn't they just hand it to him?
They gave him 100 mil.
Okay. Is it 200?
They kept it kind of quiet. All you know for sure it was 100 mil plus. But he would have made more with staying with YouTube. And he probably lost a shit ton of people. If you look at the algorithm, he's down like 30%. But what do you think his gain was? Yeah, in my opinion, because I watched every one of them. When he did Kanye West, it got a ton of views, like 11 million or 21 million views. Well, they demonetized it.
Oh.
Now I watched that whole thing, and I didn't see anything in there to demonetize him, to demonetize that video, other than the fact that he's Kanye West and was with Trump.
Right.
So I think he was debating it prior because they wouldn't let him have AJ on anymore, Jones.
Right.
So we couldn't have him on anymore. That would get demonetized. And there was a couple other ones that got demonetized that he had talked about when he went to Spotify as to why.
Right.
So I think when he got those massive numbers, I don't think it was about the money, right? That he didn't get paid for the 10 or 20 million views.
Right.
I think it was about that he got sick and fucking tired of every time he puts up a video, he's got to be careful about this word, that word. Right. This guy said something wrong.
Because YouTube was crushing him. Is that what you...
Yeah, they weren't paying.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So then he gets the offer, and now he can go to Spotify and he can play YouTube on TV. He can play NBC. He can play whatever he wants.
Right. He should get his own little fucking app or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that. But they can drop your app too. These motherfuckers.
Yeah. So I think that. So no, I don't think that the move to Spotify was money motivated. I think it was freedom motivated. Little did he know that he got shit when he got there, but they didn't budge. He didn't budge.
Because he left for that reason.
Yeah, he left to not be fucking controlled.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know him.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. I had 3 hours with him, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, so...
You got to know him.
Yeah, I got to know him. He's a nice guy, you know. He was a great interview, you know? Engaging, like you and I, you know? Maybe a little cerebral.
What's that mean?
Not cerebral?
Yeah.
He's a little brainy, you know, trying to be more didactic and educational while he spoke, because he really got into the factual stuff of my story, the breakdowns like that. So, but that was probably the purpose of the interview to begin with. So he was very factual like that. But
is that what didactable means?
Well, didactic is, look it up, all right?
I don't know if I
500 words of power, okay? Read the book. I've read it in prison like 15 times, okay? If I'm using it out of context, sue me.
And now talk about some of the things you're doing for the cops, because last time I talked to you, you're doing an event, you know, because you're doing the right thing. You were going to speak into younger cops coming up, so talk a little bit about that, because people just see you as the fucking crazy Mike.
Yeah, so quite often, and I spoke about it briefly, quite often I get contacted by cops that are going through shit, you know, and what to do. In fact, I even mentioned to you the 3 cops that they're retired now, but they were taken advantage of and persecuted and prosecuted. Some of them get suicidal, you know, so they come to me and like they see what I went through. So my way of giving back now is to be able to go to somebody, because people identify with their job and being a cop. If you lose your job as a cop, you pretty much have a difficult road ahead of you, because that's public, right? And it's very, you were a cop, you were given the keys to the city and the trust of the people, and you betrayed it because you got fired for whatever reason, right? So it's a difficult comeback. And a lot of those guys end up killing themselves, because they don't know what to do, or they become, you know, drug addicted and fucked up, like a lot of military guys when they come home, right? They become without the military, without the connection to the military, they're sort of floundering, you know, because that gave them the reason they are today, right? The reason to live, the reason to move on, the reason they exist. And so I'm doing a lot of, so I was invited to I met Dave Clark, I told you, it was a suicide. I didn't know. I get this memo. I don't read shit. I go, okay, I'm going. That's all I do. Yeah. And then I contacted a friend of mine who's in sobriety with me, 27 years. And I'm, 5, well, not quite. And so I send this invitation to him that Dave Clark's going to be there. You want to go see him? He hits me back. Yes. I'm like, what the fuck are you so excited about? He's about to kill himself.
Fuck.
He says, I'm contemplating killing myself, and you send me this memo about the police suicide program. He's a retired correction officer from Nebraska, the guy who rescued the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know I'm saving someone's life by doing this, but P.S., and then I end up at this event. Of course, they asked me to speak. And, I'm like, I didn't come here for that. It's not about me, But I ended up speaking, and, I get going, and I share a little bit of my story, not getting the detail deep, because who needs it? But the reality is I told them how I came out the other end, and that where there's hope, there's life. So, don't be afraid to reach out and lend a hand to somebody in trouble. So it's just nice to be able to do that.
So you took a bad situation and turned it into a good, meaning like all the bad things that you did.
I used it for good, I hope.
Yeah, and I think that people will listen to you because you have a documentary, and to a lot of people you're like a celebrity type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'll listen to you rather than Joe Blow. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the significance that I think I bring to the table, because people want to see someone that went through it. I don't want to hear about it or read about it. They want to know you did it and how'd you do it. And then they see this marvelous documentary about this crazy life, and they're like, wow.
But then he flipped on the other end.
Now you're sort of normal.
He's doing podcasts.
You're almost normal.
Yeah, as normal as you're ever going to be. I think.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Now, do you plan on doing more of that?
Oh, yeah. In fact, there's going to be some more, I don't know dates at this point, but there's going to be some more meetings with those guys in the suicide outreach program. And,
Great.
And, it should, and I was welcomed there. It's not easy to get welcomed back in the police community when you fucking, when you tarnish the badge. If that's
Watch the first episode and you understand what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah,
you should do that. So now, if there's like a cop that's going through a tough time,
right.
and he's in bad shape,
right.
How can he get a hold of you?
They can DM me anytime, on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I check almost every day for something, and then I'll hit them back. And I don't want to be overwhelmed, but I certainly don't want someone to kill themselves, and I don't have the time to say hello.
Yeah. So whoever's watching this, don't blast them to talk to them. If you're a cop or went through something, just going to jail and come back.
A regular guy.
That had a problem, DM Mike and he'll help you. But don't fucking DM about, Mike, blah, blah, blah.
My girlfriend broke up with me.
Yeah.
And I want to kill myself.
No, like real shit. Yeah. Don't, because then you're going to fuck it up for the people that do need it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So only fuck with him if you're really in a situation so you can help him out.
And I don't mind taking time to talk to him because we all have experience. But we don't know the value and the depth of our experience until confronted with these things. People share their problem. You go, oh, that's nothing. Come here. Let me tell you how I did it. Like I go to my dad nowadays, and I never talking to my dad about anything, But you find out that they have some experience.
Yeah,
he's 80, so he may have a few.
He may have a few
tricks under his sleeve.
Yeah, and
you appreciate people as you get older. You really, you appreciate your family members or those around you. I love my brothers now. I never used to. I couldn't stand them. I always loved them, but I couldn't stand them. But it is what it is.
And you should keep doing that, Mike. Yeah. You should, and I give you credit for that. You're a crazy motherfucker, but I give you a lot of credit. I love you. I love you. We talk fucking 3-4 times a week. All right, before I let you out of here, who's your pick for the Super Bowl? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
I'm going to go with Brady. I'm Tampa, and I'm going to go with an oddball pick. I don't know how they're doing yet, but I'm just going to make believe I know. I'm going to go with Arizona.
Arizona.
Are they doing
so?
Are they doing anything?
What's your pick, Rob?
I'm just going oddball.
I'll go ahead and be called Rob for the remainder of the episode.
Fuck, Dan.
We'll try Dan. Buffalo Bills.
And
who cares?
Well, they got to beat something.
You got to pick somebody that they're going to play.
The Redskins, because they're not called the Redskins anymore.
Tim, what do you think?
I'm going to go with...
Oh, this football knowledge is going to come out right now.
And I'm going to go with not Seattle, Washington.
Oh, there you go.
You got two.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Brady, of course. And
you do think that, huh?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's just too fucking good, that guy. He's too fucking good.
He makes it look easy.
And he's just too good. He's just too, unless he gets hurt. But they just I think he went up to management and said, "Hey, motherfuckers, I got hit more this year than I have in 20 fucking years. You better fucking protect me because I don't got another year of these type of."
It's not gonna work.
He got pounded those first 4 games, man.
Not, did he? I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Did you see him?
No.
He got fucking punished. I've never seen him get hit like.
They're 3-1.
No, I mean last year.
Oh, last year.
Yeah, the first couple.
3-1 this year.
Yeah, the first couple of games. I've never seen him get hit like that.
You're right. You're 100%
I was
right.
like,
I did see a couple of the first games.
And I really like Brady.
Yeah.
Hot ass fucking wife.
Yeah.
Right.
Better than him.
Good looking guy.
Yeah.
He's killing shit.
Yeah.
And just a monster.
Yeah. And not very athletic, they say.
And he's just he's up here.
That's the game. Yes.
And
see what that tells you? That's the game right up in your brain, bro.
And I wanted to see how he would do the first couple games. And I always watch him because he's so good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he's fun to watch. Because there could be 2 minutes left.
He sees the whole field.
Listen to me. There could be 2 minutes left, and the fucking guy can come back 21 down. It's scary.
Yeah.
So I always watch him, and I never see him get hit.
But you're a football guy. That's your heart. That's your passion.
I don't like it now. I haven't watched one game this year.
At all?
Not one. It's just not fun anymore to watch.
They're ruining it.
They're ruining it. But last year I did watch the first couple games to see how he would do with Tampa, and I sorry to repeat this, but all the years with the Patriots, I've never seen him get cropped. Never. Not even one hard hit.
1 or 2 seasons was rough.
But not
like
crushed. Bangers.
No. Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
bangers
Yeah,
the
down.
first 3
Hard.
games.
Hard down.
And then he must have went upstairs and said, look, you got 7 days to get some fucking big motherfuckers in here because they're all coming from the right.
Yeah. You see
So
what-
I don't care if you got to get 2 700-pound guys just to stand there.
Just block. Yeah.
And then they ended up doing what they did. So my pick is KC, Kansas City. I think they're going to come back.
Okay, that's all right. It didn't click.
That quarterback's a
It
beast.
didn't click. He's good.
He's going to beat Mahomes.
Yeah.
If he recovers. If he recovers
Yeah.
from that foot thing or whatever the fuck's wrong with him.
Yeah.
I think.
Plantar fasciitis or something. I don't know.
But Andy Reid never wins Super Bowls. So
And you know that. Long suffering.
Fucking Christ, I know
Long-suffering.
that. Fucking him and Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
So that's my
Close
pick.
though. Very close.
I was at Dave and Buster's,
Very
fucking
close.
screaming at the
Several
fucking
times.
TV. Terrell, throw the fucking ball to Terrell Opens. He's wide open. What the fuck, McNabb? Remember that?
Yeah.
Fucking motherfucker.
Wide open.
Remember all he had to do.
Yes.
And Terrence
Could have
Owens.
went like this. He could have went like
Mike,
this.
and he was at the top. Terrence was at the top of his game.
Yeah.
I don't know why somebody don't pick him up. I know he's a little cuckoo up here, but that fucker can catch.
Yeah.
He's wide open on the right-hand side of the end zone. This is years ago.
He's going like this. Or
Like,
something, wasn't he?
hello, I'm 6 foot fucking 11. Can you not see me? Wide open. We win the Super Bowl. And what does he do? He throws a pitch off side pass.
Yeah.
We're all in Philly and Dave and Buster's, and we're all, fucking shit's flying. People are throwing their fucking drinks.
And
cups
Philly,
away.
they.
Yeah, fucking Christ. And I said, you know what? There's going to be a gunshot. I'm getting the fuck out of
time
here.
to roll.
So I went over to Lila's. So, all right, Mike, thank you for coming back in.
I'm happy.
And I hope to
love
see you
it.
soon.
It's good.
I hope you move down.
We got some good chemistry. It's good fun.
Yeah, man. You going to move down here?
I'm looking into it. Yeah, I have someone's going to take me out shopping. I think. Take a look.
All right, good. Good, yeah. So get your ass down here.
All right. I'm
All right.
working on it.
Thank you, Tim, for coming in. Appreciate it. Dan, always a pleasure. My man right here.
Dan the man.
Dan the man. Dan the man.
Oh, you guys got my name right this time. Thank you.
One time, Rob. I'm used to looking back. Today, you kind of look similar to Rob, actually.
Yeah, I would.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, you guys are both handsome.
There you go.
My goodness. It is 2021.
I'm not looking to take you home.
All right, Mike. Thank you so much for your time, brother. And the comments that I go through, they always say, you wait too long to bring these guys back. When will you come back?
Yeah. Well, but Christmas.
That's not too bad. Yeah. All right. So like a month.
All right. Well, all right. Whatever. Listen, it can be arranged for me to come back
sooner.
often.
We'll talk about it. All right. Thank you.